My next guest is back in action, going to be taking on Kenny Champion, Cage Titans 69, January 25th. It is right around the corner. It's Greg Jones joining me here on the program. Greg, how you doing, man?
I'm super excited. How are you, buddy?
I
Thanks
am
for having me.
also excited. This is a great card, man, and a big event. When did you find out about the fight?
I've been looking for the right fight, and honestly, we built a promotion around that. And we were going to pull the card in on September, and then we reevaluated just because of some of the promotions that were going on. So we kind of took a back seat to it, and now we're like almost the headliner. So I'm proud to be there. With Don Sheenis being the headline event, and he brings huge crowds and everything. So I'm super fortunate to be there, and Kenny, holds his own crowd too. So, being there with them is going to be a spectacle, and we've got a lot of great people there at that event. So can't wait.
And we haven't seen you in a while. Obviously, your last fight was about a year ago. For people who might not know, what's been keeping you out of the cage?
I do. I have a bunch of businesses that I run, and honestly, I train every day. So it's like, my family, friends, and business wheel is, the spokes are tight on that. And, I like to give a lot of attention to each aspect of that. So, I didn't pull away from fighting another. It was just I didn't have the opportunity for the right fight. So, we kept it in the wheelhouse. It wasn't just, on the back burner. And I just, partied for the summer. I wanted the right fight to entertain. And honestly, the Costco fight was great. I enjoyed Brian, having him and his crew from Sit. And I just, I had some thoughts in mind for future fights, and I was going to build this card. I'd love to go 5-0 on my pro record, and moving forward, I know Kenny's super tough and shit, and I admire him, as a fighter, and people really respect him. So I thought, getting that dimension out of it would just step it up a notch, having that in the cage. So, like I said, like this meeting, timing's everything. I think we just put this fight where it needed to be. And, it's January. It's a great training time for me because I can let off my construction and paving business that I do, year in, year out, day in, day out. But the grind isn't, I don't have paving going on right now. So that takes away from that aspect, kind of gives me more dimension in my training camp,
Yeah, no, I agree that all the stars kind of aligned with everything working out here. And, Kenny, a 6-fight veteran. Just how are you looking at this fight stylistically? Obviously a really good matchup on this card.
I never anticipate, I have a job to do, and I do it every day. And, my customers and my friends and my family and my fight company, I honestly just look to, how do I say it? I look to give the audience the best bang for their money, but I want to get the job done. So that's what I'm good at. I know how to do it, whether it's on the feet or on the ground, I can go either way. I'd love to put the striking aspect into it, but, as far as, Kenny's dimensions, he's as good up there as he is on the ground too. So, we'll just let the cards fall where they lie and see how it rolls, I guess. I don't walk into that cage in any fight with an attitude that I can't be beat, but I almost have that attitude because I'm born and raised in Plymouth. I've worked that hall since I've been 10 years old, serving homeless people. You know what I mean? It's kind of like blood in my veins to be there. So, I mean, Cage Titans also, and Povere puts on one of the best performances around. I've been everywhere. I've been everywhere. Thousands of fights, all my friends, I admire all the hard work, women, and men that are in the sport. And, I'm just blessed to be a part of that team and a coach and, the community. So I'm going to bring my best fight, and that's where I'm going to leave it, right in the cage.
Take me through camp a bit. Who are you getting to work with? Who's helping you get ready for this fight?
I don't want to give up all my trade secrets.
For sure. Yeah.
Now that Loco, my head coach, is the world champion in jiu-jitsu, that was nice to bring back from Las Vegas. I like training with world champions. Daniel Gracie himself I've trained with. Josh Bellinger I've trained with. He's been a fighter striking coach since he's been 5 years old in New York. Loco, I was fortunate enough to go up to US MMA, and Matt's guy, Shane Doherty, put some work in. And, I've been fortunate to get the right people to work with in this camp and stay together. Like I felt like $1,000,000 at the end of it, and I still am at the beginning of it, and I still feel like $1,000,000 at the end of it. So that, being part of my mind space, part of my health space, especially tackling so much at once. I'm not just single faceted. I don't just fight. A lot of people just fight. So I have to work all the dimensions into this formula as well. So, I mean, I guess that's what gives me the perseverance to, be a champion. And
you couldn't have that mindset if your business isn't successful. If it all ties together, right? Like you have to have the same attitude towards everything, right? Just like your business is successful, your fight career is successful, right?
Correct. Yeah. So I enjoy it, and like I said, I admire all the fighters and the dedication to that. I trained with the best fighters that have been in the UFC. I kind of almost, would love to enter that realm even at this age, to where give me an opportunity at my level to move forward. But let me get a few more fights under this, and I'll see what the road may bring. I don't know. I just live for each day, so I can tell you today was successful, so I want to move today,
I like it. How's the weight cut going ahead of this fight? Everything on point there?
I'm always on 10 pounds within. So,
perfect. Okay. Well, then
I walk 10 pounds off all the time. We're back at that like catch 50 weight. Mm-hmm. So, I've been kind of narrowing it down now for the last few weeks here. So, I do keep on that every day. I'm, super nice for me, because I'm so athletic all the time that I burn more than I consume. You know what I mean? So right. I can go south of this weight that I need to carry quickly. I sleep off 3 pounds overnight, so it's critical for me. Like, I just don't look healthy when I get to 45. If I fight at 45, dude, I'm too skinny. I feel like I'm too skinny. My energy levels are dropped and shit. I feel 150, 155, I'm in the pocket. Like, I can give you the strength, the power. I can keep going, my endurance. I'll run home after 5, I'll run after 5. I don't care,
What about your corner? Who's going to be in the cage with you for this fight?
I believe Loco's getting me Josh Meehan, and I may have Kane, one of our young youths up and coming, come out with us too, because he asked. But it's up to Loco as far as him. Sometimes I have Ribs Rebello come out, and I haven't, had.
I know Greg Rebello really well. That guy is a character, man. So I still he's the best though. He's
dude in the corner, you feel like you're invincible. So I can't, you can't.
Because here's the problem: if you perform badly, you're going to hear about it for months, right? With Ribs, he's that's just how he is. So you don't want to give him the upper hand.
Oh shit! So I mean, we're very good family friends. His dad and his mom are, close to our family, and Loco. I can't get better. So anytime I go in the cage with Loco beside me, it's something that's just as high as you can get as far as your feeling of confidence, and then you get Ribs or Jeff Joy or Josh Meehan, and I get anxiety to how great that feels, to walk out with that. You walk down the stairs and you get to the cage, and it's like I said before, it's another, the experience. It's like a vacation for me. It's not a torment. I love getting there. It's getting there. That's the hardest part, basically.
Yeah.
The training every day, you hold your breath, you make sure you don't get any injuries. And, I have partners that I train with that I breathe heavy on. I'd rather fight Kenny in the cage every day than fight them in, training. So, but that being said, I got through it, and here we are in perfect condition. I'm ready for next Friday's weigh-ins, and I'm on top of the game, my friend.
How's this fight playing out? How do you see it unfolding?
I believe in manifestation of thought. You know what I mean? So I only manifest the win. That I don't know how, it plays out Kenny's a great striker. He's a great athletic person. Um, to be honest with you, I'm going to enter. I'm going to do my best. I don't know how to explain that the win is mine. I admire Kenny, and he's a great fighter, and he is a champion name. I honestly just see it in one dimension, and I bring my best to my own self, if that makes any sense. So, when
I know what you mean.
my opponent's myself, I guess, to say, he's just in my way. That's all. Every day I go through that. I have shit in my way. I get rid of it. That's how I deal with my life. I deal with so much shit. I fight every day. For one guy to be in front of me, it's a joke as far as I'm concerned. To get the job done, I mean, if you lived in my shoes for 5 minutes, you'd understand how much I put in. The hard work, the devotion. And I want to make a shout out to some of my sponsors afterwards. I don't want to cut your interview off without saying that, because honestly, I had the pleasure to do that 7-minute grappling with Cupcakes, and he asked me who I forgot I want to say something else, and honestly, I forgot to mention all my sponsors that are continuously there helping me every day and supporting me. So I want to make sure I do put off to them before this interview is ended.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, we'll get to those in 1 second. I just got one more question. Before we get out of here, just after this, not looking past January 25th, is the plan to just keep active, or just wait for the right opportunity? Like, what do you see beyond Cage Titans 69?
So I'm thinking like on the 70. No, wait, 70 is going to be in the summer. I think that I'd like to get my end of the summer, September fight. We don't know the person, obviously, but I would like to get another win in on my belt this year. Whether it's a title or not, I'd like to get another one in just to get that card so I can build this up, because I think having a strong card is going to get me quicker because of my age to where I want to be, and I drew the line in the sand before, and I just keep moving the line forward. So, I can't get enough because I love it, because, the fulfillment, it gets me away from everything. There was this company called BNI International, Business Network and International, and everyone goes to build their business. I went there to get away from mine. You know what I mean? So I could just cut from my work and just free my head for a minute. And, training and fighting and coaching has brought me there. So I use this now as a dimension instead of BNI,
Okay. Well, there you go. Good way to live. Greg, thanks for doing this. Especially, we kind of did this at the last minute, so I really appreciate it. If there's anyone you want to thank, I know you got a list. I'll give you the last word, sir.
So listen, I did get the opportunity, and I don't know if I ever had that spoken in the cage correctly to where I thanked everyone as far as their sponsorship. I know I thanked everyone for the human, just being there and being human and being there for me. But as far as my sponsors, I want to put the shout out to Jones Excavation, EAV Solutions. One of my best friends is running his 28-man operation. Mezzaluna, EJ, I love you. Crystal Dana and Steve Dana, I love you guys. Mikey T's Plumbing, I love you, buddy. Olson Garden, I love you, bud. And Ace Excavation, I love you, bud. I thank you for all your support and your hard work and standing behind me through the thick and thin. I know I do stupid shit, but you know what? Sometimes the stupid shit is the thing I need to get me to be my best person. So here I am, ready to fight next week, January 25th. Come hella high water, I'll be there. I don't know about the other guy, but I won't let you guys down. I'll walk out with the title again. We're going to entertain this conversation next time. And I'm hoping to have, Loco, Ribs, Josh Meehan, and Kane beside me, even my kid. I don't know. Excuse me. I don't know what we have for our walkout lineup, but if Povea lets me bring 4 or 5, I'll see where I get, who I can get out there in my corner. But that's what I got, my friend. And I appreciate your time getting me on the air here. And, sometimes I say stupid shit. Just correct me or narrate it when you're.
Oh, you don't need to. You made my job easy today, man. You were great. I love it. I love it.
Tough. My wife made me this little cheat sheet so I can get all my sponsors in this time because, like I said, Cupcakes gave me the opportunity. And I grabbed the mic and I'm like, what am I forgetting? You know, I'm whispering in his ear in the middle of the cage. And I'm like, you know, it's one of those fucking hype things. You get so amped up when you're in there, you're not thinking of what you're saying clearly. You know, you'll start to, but it's not, you'll forget certain things. You know, like I had my kid, my Christmas party, and I like to honorable mention everyone. And I'm like, my kid and his best friend, I forgot. And I'm like, holy fuck, I can't take back the moment, dude. So I pulled him aside. I'm like, look at you guys. I'm sorry. I don't know why I overlooked it, but you know, I wanted to apologize. I don't want to leave people feeling like they weren't a part of the team, but they are, you know, and if I forget anyone, you know, in the circuit, whether it's family, friends, business, or fighting, I'm all there. I'm all in for you guys. If you need me, call me. I'll be there. So I appreciate your time and your help, and let's do it again.